Okay. Once again, I am back in post commentary. I was kind of planning before I started recording the game. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be like episode 2 of the Bible read along. You know what I mean? That was planned. I expected to be able to, go through Genesis 2 and maybe a bit more, So that's what was on the agenda. So I didn't record too much. I mean, I didn't record my audio. But turns out that I won. I had a very, very good run. And I was able to do what I wanted to do, which was bring the throbbing gristle to the wool of flesh without losing any single character. All my guys survived. I had a few unlocks. So, I'm quite happy with that. But at the end of the day, since the plan was kind of to record background gameplay for the Bible read-along, I kind of, didn't expect it to last that long because, reading for how long is this particular video, for instance, just as an example. This particular video is 1 hour and 13 minutes. And reading out loud something that you do not understand for 1 hour and 13 minutes is not really... No, never mind. Hang on. I think I cannot read the time. Never mind, it is 1 hour 13 minutes. So yeah, as you can imagine, reading out loud something that you do not understand for an hour, I think it's probably not good for you. I think I might go insane if I do it. So I'm thinking right now because I either do like a post-run commentary, like a post-mortem, like I did previously, or I do, a scenarize whatever, like I did last time or the time before, or just, improv over this. Or I also have the possibility of just going with the Bible read along as I wanted to. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet. I am kind of stalling to see how long I can stall before I start the Bible reading along, but it's only been 3 minutes, and I mean 3 minutes is not going to make much of a difference. But also, if I post one Bible read along and the next video I post is not that, I fear it's not going to be very good. Not that I always ever cared about that, but I kind of want to do it as well, because I also recorded my first true fight against Zaratana, but I'm not going to post it because it was really just literally 3 minutes long with the loading of the game. So really, like, the fight was 1.5 minutes long, and I lost. So that makes me that I'm a bit late now to record the gaming because I just don't want to. So I'm just gonna... you know what? This is... Okay. Let's fucking go. Let's start with the Bible read along. Let's forget everything. Let's fucking get on with it. Bible.com. I love that this is a website, I must say. That's a name, That's a name and a half. So last time we stopped at Genesis 1. Well, we finished it. How long is Genesis? 2 chapters, 3 chapters, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 1920. Oh my god, it's so fucking long. How many chapters are there? You know what? These nuts. Well, I better get started then, you know? Okay, so Genesis secundus. Oh my god, okay. Igitur perfecti sunt caeli et terra et omnis ornatus eorum. Complevitque Deus die septimo opus sum quod fecerat, et requievit die septimo ab universo opere quod patrarat. Et benedixit diei septimo et sanctificavit illum, quia in ipso cesaverat ab omni opere suo quod creavit Deus ut faceret. Istae sunt generationes caeli et terra, quando creata sunt, in die quo fecit Dominus Deus caelum et terram, et omne virgultum agri antequam oridetur in terra omnemque herbam regionis priusquam germinaret. Non impruerat Dominus dues semper terram et homo non erat qui operaretur terram, sed fons ascendebat et terra irrigans universam superficiem terra. Formavit igitur Dominus Deus hominem de limo terra, et inspiravit in faciem eius pieracurum vitae, et factus est homo in animam viventem. Plantareverat autem Dominus Deus paradisum voluptatis a principio in quo posuit hominem quem formeverat. Produxitque Dominus Deum de homo omne lignum pulcrum visu, et advescendum suave lignum etiam vitae in medio paradisi. Lignumque scientiae boni et mali, et fluvius egrediebatur de loco voluptatis ad irrigandum paradisum, qui inde dividitur in quatuor capita. Nomen uni fison, ipse est qui circuit omnem terram evilat. Omnim terra. Evirat ubi nascitur aurum, et aurum terrae ilius optimum est. Ibi inventur bdelium bidi id tuel, et lapis onicinus, et nomen flui secundi gehon. Ipse est qui circumvit omnem terram Aethiopiae. Nomen vero fruminis terti, Tigris, ipse vadit contra Assyrios. Fluvius autem quartus, ipse est Euphrates. Tulit ergo Dominus Deus hominem, et posuit eum in paradiso voluptatis, ut operaretur et custodieret illum. Praecepitque eidicens. Ex omni lingo paradisi comede, de ligno autem scientiae boni et mali ne comedas, in quocumque enim die comederis ex eo mortem morieris. Dixit quoque Dominus Deus. Non est bonum esse hominem solum faciamus e adiutorium simile sibi. Formatis igitur Dominus Deus de humo cunctis animantibus terrae et universis volatibilus caeli aduxit ea ad Adam, ut videret quid vocaret ea. Omne enim quod vocavit Adam animae viventis ipsum et nomen eius. So this is a passage, quite famous passage, where Adam names all the living animals, give them a name. appellavitque Adam nominibus suis cuncta animantia et universa volatila liaceri et omnes bestias terrae. All the birds in the sky and all the animals in the land and in the sea. Adae vero no inveniebatur adiutor simis eius. Immisit ergo dominus Deus soporem in Adam, cumque obdormisset tulli unam de costis eius et reprevit carnem proea, ea edificavit Dominus Deus costam quam tulerat de Adam in mulierem, et adduxit eam ad Adam, dixitque Adam. Hoc nunc os ex ossibus meis et caro de carne mea, aoec haec vocabitur virago, quoniam de viro sumta est, quam ob rem relinquet homo patrem suum et matrem et ad haeribit uxori suae, et erunt duo in carne una. Erat autem uterque nudus. Adam scilicet et uxor eius et non erubescebant. Genesis 3. So this is kind of like an introduction of Adam by the end. Now we get into, maybe Eve. We'll see. Probably. I mean, Sed et serpens. Serpens mean. What does it mean? It means snake. Sed et serpens erat calidior cunctis animatibus terrae quae fecerat Dominus Deus. Qui dixit ad mulierem, cur praecepit vobis Deus ut non comederetis de omni ligno paradisi? This is a question, so I try to, give the accentuation. Qui respondit mulier, de fructu lignorum quae sunt in paradiso vescimur, de fructu vero ligni quod est in medio paradisi praecepit nobis, Deus ne comederemus et ne tangeremus illud, ne forte moriamur. Dixit autem serpens ad mulierem. So said the snake to the woman, I think. Mulierem probably sounds like mujer. Mulier. Yes, that's what that means. Nequadam morte moriemini. Scitenim Deus quodin quocumque di comederatis ex eo. Aperientur oculi vestri et eritis sicut dii, scientes bonum et malum. Scientes, knowledge, bonum, good, malum, bad. Vidit igitur mulier, quod bonum esset lignum ad vescendum et pulcrum oculis aspectuque delectabile. Et tulis de fructu illius et comedit. She ate the apple. Deditque viro suo qui comedit. I think she's about to, or she has. I don't know. I'm not good at Latin. Et aperti sunt oculi amborum, cumque cognoscent se esse nudos, consuerunt folia ficus, et fecerunt sibi perizomata. Et cum dicent vocem Domini Dei deambulatis in paradiso ad auram post meridiem. Afternoon post meridiem. PM. Abscondit se Adam euxor eius a facie Domini Dei in medio ligno paradisi. Vocavitque Dominus Deus Adam et dixit ei. And said this. Ubi es. Qui ait vocem tuam audivi in paradiso et timui eo quod nudus esem et abscondimi. Does abscondi means like abscond, like in English? I don't know. Qui dixit quis enim indicavit tibi quod nudus esses, nisi quod ex ligno de quo praeceperam tibi ne comederes comedisti, dixitque Adam. Hang on. Let me look at something real quick. Because I think the recording kind of is fucking up on my editing software, I mean. And I'm kind of afraid that I've been reading for nothing for 15 minutes. So hang on, let me just cut it out and go back. Okay, so it's fine actually, it's just it's not really updating in real time, I guess. I guess that's fine. Let's take a break actually, because yeah, it's quite annoying. It's I'm not gonna lie, it's boring. It's very boring. Doing more than 15 minutes at a time. So I'm probably gonna stop here for now, and I'm going into live commentary mode of my own run. I mean, I guess that's a good point to stop though, because my god, I think it's still not recording properly. Hang on, I'll be back. Never mind, it's just the renderer of the real-time like sound waves that's kind of fucked up. Anyways, so yeah, I read during the alley, which is not really interesting. But let's take a look at my gameplay here. So yeah, this is the first boss. Was kind of easy. Let's not lie. I was kind of scared because during the later part of the turn, every round, the rat is able to spawn a bomb, and the only character that was able to destroy that bomb before it explodes was this very ranger. And that ranger, unfortunately, had a perk, a passive. Well, here the order got kind of messed up, but at first it was the case. And yeah, so my ranger had a passive that made it that he had higher crit chance but lower hit rate. And that was kind of scary, because if he missed a bomb, I mean, I would probably not die, but that's not something you want to happen too many times. I think I usually don't really play druids with animal transformation spells, because it's kind of, I mean, nothing about it intrinsically, I guess, but I get kind of scared of them. Because, I mean, if I have really good druid spells, why would I change all my stuff, you know what I mean? Especially since most of the time it means like lowering intelligence, like this wall transformation lowers your intelligence by quite a lot, so it means you're not really able to cast spells. But here, I didn't have any really great spells, and this wall transformation with my very high intelligence druid meant that I was able to really just like save on mana for a few turns, turn into a wolf, and once like all the enemies are softened up by my tank or my ranger, I was able to kill them all. So here I hire a bounty hunter with my cleric, because I am insanely scared of these sharks. For good reasons. I mean, they literally one-shot you. So I wanted to, because I don't have a lot of characters in this team that can fight at the distance, and that my ranger can really easily miss, even though he didn't miss a single time this fight. I wanted, a simple like support. So I was able to deal with the sharks in a fucking safer manner. My crow, I mean, I usually use the druid's crow as kind of like a what's it called? Cannon fodder, right? Yeah, cannon fodder, because they can deal a lot of damage and have very high mobility, so it allows them to, they're not cannon fodders. They just are able to do a lot. Even though here I kind of planned on it dying and doing as much damage as it could before dying, but you know. This Rock Eater ability, by the way, really just is what won me the run, as you'll see later on. Here I'm like, do I keep fighting the shark or do I go back? And I took I made the right decision, the wise decision, to go back, because that's quite dangerous. Here I've killed the first shark. I summoned a flea, which I thought the flea would play before the shark, because you know that they're small, so in my mind they play faster, but that was a mistake because the shark ate it and healed for 10 HP, which is not good. Really not good. Thankfully I was able to really exit unscathed from this fight. This is a pretty scary room if you're not prepared, because 2 big sharks and a lot of boomers means that you can really just die if you're not prepared. Thankfully I was. My bounty hunter proved his worth by killing someone, a shark, so I was right to use it. I mean, these bounty hunters, I mean, I don't really care about money in this game usually, not too much at least. I mean, I do like having it, but I think using it during a run is always the wise choice, unless you're doing like a specific like money run. If your goal is to win a run, it's always nice to have, you know. This is a stupid mistake, by the way, what I was doing with the cleric, but you know, I realize it's not a big deal because he is pretty beefy. But yeah, I like to use my money almost entirely during a run if it can, you know, help me win, instead of, you know, dying with $50 in the pocket. I think that's quite stupid. But yeah, this fight is not that difficult, wasn't that difficult. I mean, if you take your time and you're, you know, careful, you win, and I did. The sewers is usually the place where I die. I mean, I do die in the alley quite a lot, but if I get a run going, I usually get up to the second place and I die there. But this time it wasn't the case. I triumphed over Boris, and yeah. So here I choose Thrill of the Hunt, which is quite a good passive, but I don't think it served me too much during this run. I don't recall a single time where it was used, because to be honest, I had such a cracked team that, you know, even though the ranger work was good, he wasn't really able to get too many kills. I had a quite balanced team. These leeches and this exact room disposition, I think, is one of the rooms I died last time, I think, to the leeches, which means that this time I was much better prepared, because I mean, I won. Right now, if I'm not moving like that in the game, it means that I'm usually just replying to messages on Discord. Because, you know, when I'm recording just gameplay, I sometimes forget that I'm recording at all, and never for too long, obviously, but or sometimes just like changing music. Like I like listening to music and stuff like that. So I sometimes, that's probably what I'm doing right now, inserting Discord, because, you know, you change the music you're listening to like once in a while, you know. Yeah, so by the way, I kind of wanted to mention some songs that I've been listening to during this run, and others that I love, and that these are artists. This is an artist who doesn't have too much listeners on Spotify. Let me look it up on Rhyme so that I can copy paste the link later in the description, but they go by many different name on Spotify and everywhere else, but it's just different projects from the same artist. Okay, there you go. Rhyme, write your music. But yeah, so I was listening to exactly the Coin Locker Kid, which is one of the name of the project from Devin Smith. I was listening particularly to the Salmon of Doubt, which is a great album in my opinion. It's a really nice album. The first few songs really just hook you in, you know what I mean? And it kind of takes you for a ride, like literally, like it's kind of, it's a complex album, I would say, because it's not necessarily like easy listening, you know. It's a lot of very quick spoken words over insane crazy beats that kind of go everywhere, and then you have samples here and there that kind of slow down the whole thing, and you have this 13 minutes like track which consists mostly of text-to-speech voices talking to one another. And I mean, it's really nice. Like I really liked the way the artist like really like sets a scene, and it's really, really nice. I loved it. By the same artist on the same project, I listened to Hailstorm and Maelstrom. Very similar, but at the same time very different. You can sense that it's the same person doing it, obviously, because, you know, it's a concept album, and there's also a very long track of text-to-speech voices. By the way, on the Salmon of Doubt, it's like your usual text-to-speech voices, not like modern text-to-speech voices which try to really imitate real humans, like with very advanced algorithm. But you know, Microsoft's, you know, earlier on, like maybe mid 2010s. I mean, the album was released in 2016, I believe. So, you know, it's of its time. Hailstorm and Maelstrom which released also in 2015, doesn't use these voices. It uses what's it called? Microsoft, well, not Microsoft technically, Software Automatic Mouth, SAM, text-to-speech algorithm, which is not an AI algorithm as opposed to modern text-to-speech algorithms. It's a speech synthesis, like purely a purely acoustic speech synthesis software that's like, it's not open source, but you can pretty easily use it. A lot of people have made libraries for different languages, and I personally love it. I've used it quite a few times on this channel, and you know, it's always nice to, because what I like with these speech synthesis algorithms, and the Software Automatic Mouse is not the only one to do it like this, is that they use acoustic properties of sound, of phonetics, which is, you know, as a linguist, that's nice. But you know, it's also not using AI, which I enjoy. But also, its goal is not necessarily to imitate human voices, or if it is, it's a complete failure. But I don't think it was. I think its goal was more to create synthetic voices, which is different than to create. Well, I guess all text-to-speech is synthetic, and therefore all of it is synthetic voices. But you know, it sounds much more like a robot, to put it in simple terms, and I like it. I like text-to-speech when it sounds like robots, to be honest. When it's in this uncanny valley, and a lot of modern text-to-speech with AI also kind of fall in that uncanny valley, especially when the ones that like are free and stuff like that, you know. But I still think they're too close. They're too close being there. Though I do plan on implementing something soon in my music, which is a whatchamacallit, a sample of a glitching modern days AI speech synthesis. Use it in music. I recorded it like a few months back, and I haven't been able to really download it yet, but because I'm too lazy to just open OBS and record it. But that's gonna happen once I have the once I'm not lazy and I found a way to implement it well, because also I don't want to use it too many times, and so I need to find the time and place to use it. The next song I'm gonna be working on is gonna be a remix. I don't know if you say that, of the Balatro main theme song, and I'm probably gonna be using it in my game. So you'll see that probably either in a video, a Mewgenics video, or in a devlog, or both, to be honest. So yeah, so I was talking about the Coinlocker Kid, which is a project by Devon Smith, and I listened to these 2 albums, though the project has a lot more albums, and I really need to listen to more, especially since like it's all concentrated in the 2010s, but like sometimes they posted like 4 albums in a year. Discordia, Manic Pixie Dream World, The Salmon of That, and Diluvium all came out the same year in 2016, so they're not going to be too different, I imagine, but I do want to listen to it later on. But I also listened to another project from the same artist, which only has 1 album so far, which came out in 2023, and this album was recommended to me by Spotify again and again and again and again, and I was like, Jesus, leave me alone. So I never really listened to it. I listened to the first 3 songs, which are, quite catchy, but I was like, yeah, whatever. But then, and that was maybe like 4 years ago. But then I listened to the Coinlocker Kid, and I go look it up on Rhyme. I need to learn more, And I found out that it's the same person that's behind the Mio Mayor. I can't pronounce the project. It's a horrible name. Me oh my Riorama, like a diorama, but like me oh my, a diorama of me. And I mean, there's only 1 album on this project so far, or maybe at all. I don't know if they plan to go on further. I'm using they, them. I don't know if it's... I don't know the identity of the artist. Let me look. They have a... Yeah, they also have another... project called Kyih, but I haven't listened to anything of that yet. It doesn't sound like my thing too much though, because one of the albums is called a radio drama, so I don't think it's music, but I'll listen to it. You know what? It's a man. I don't think he would have accepted an interview of him where they misgender him. That would be unlikely. So yeah, him, Devon. I don't know. I mean, I'm not American, so I don't know if Devon is what kind of gender it is. American names tend to be sometimes a bit confusing. Yeah, Kyih moniker remains in radio drama and field recording, which is not my thing too much. But yeah, so I recommend you listen to that. I'm going to be putting the rhyme in the description of the video so you can check it out for yourself. I do recommend to listen to it while you're in a good headspace, especially all of the albums, but particularly the Hailstorm and Maelstrom album. Otherwise, don't listen to it if you're not in a good headspace, because it's quite... his music is a lot of the times very... the first descriptor on retro music is disturbing, so yeah. But depressive, it's awesome, but it can be a bit hard to listen to if you're not like in the right state of mind, which is also probably why I kind of closed my Majorama like 4 years ago, because I was looking for, I'm still I still listen to a lot of party songs, like not party songs, but like songs that are very vibrant and don't have very profound lyrics and just are like very sonically invigorating and stuff like that. And I was listening to all of this kind of feel-good music back then, and so the first few songs of Majorama, you might think that, oh my god, this is going to be awesome, it's going to be like party all the time and shit, and then you realize it's kind of, it's not the most depressing album of his, I must say. But yeah, so that's what I've been listening to, very lately, because I've been listening to the same old. Besides that, kind of wanted to renew, well, not renew, but like to discover new things musically, because I've been kind of stuck in a loop of listening to Violet Pony's like 5 or 6 last albums on a loop, and going through every album and just like, yeah. And yeah, I've listened to the latest mixtape, and I love it, it's awesome, but like I listened to only that for like fucking weeks. So I was like, yeah, maybe I should listen to something else. And I still listen to that mixtape a lot, because it's awesome in my opinion. But yeah, that's it for the musical kind of like break, I guess. As you can see, I started this fight over. Oh no, never mind. It's another one with liches. This fight went as well as it could have, considering a lot of liches. I hate liches, both in real life, as I said many times before, and in this game, because one, they give me the heebie-jeebies. I hate all grub-like animals, be it maggots, grubs, fucking leeches, worms are better, because I have kind of a rule of thumb on whether they disgust me or not. If they are longer, much longer than they are thick, I'm fine. I don't mind too much. The moment they become thick and stubby, that shit grosses me out to no end. And that's why slugs also are disgusting, because even though they are not worms or anything like that, they're not even insects, or maybe they are, I don't know, arthropods. They are arthropods. No, they're not, actually. They're not, they're gastropods. But whatever. They disgust me anyways. They're thick and stubby. Yeah, that's the only problem I have, because worms don't really bother me. Ringworm kind of bother me with other reasons, obviously. What's another type of worm? Tapeworms don't really bother me either, to be honest. I don't think I've ever seen a tapeworm, to be honest, because, I don't look at the stuff, but I don't think they would bother me, because they have so so much longer than they are thick. You know what I mean? And yeah, grubs grows, maggots grows. Maggots are not that thick. You know what I mean? But they are so much thicker than a worm for the length. Like the length to thickness ratio on a worm is very small because they are very long. On a maggot, the ratio is very high because they're very short and thick. And I don't mind that in humans at all. But I think it's also, you're never gonna see an earthworm infestation in your home. You know what I mean? A maggot infestation is very possible. And that's all things that kind of like do that as gross. Like pests, I guess. But leeches don't really like... I don't live anywhere near any leeches. I haven't even seen a leech in my entire life. And I've been kayaking, I've been, hiking in kind of swampish areas and stuff like that. So, I've never seen one. So, but they still gross me out because I hate parasites in general in terms of in the animal kingdom, because they're gross. I hate the idea of it. Probably for the same reason. I don't mind too much tapeworms, but I guess they're so big they don't feel like... I am always scared of having a tapeworm for some reason, even though I'm fat. I'm not fat, but I'm definitely not thin. You don't get my size with a tapeworm. Still gross me out. Yeah, so grubs, maggots, leeches, all of this, don't get it near me. In France, we have our own version of Survivor, which it's not called that, but one of the challenges is a very like... I've never watched Survivors, the American version or any other thing. I think I've watched almost every season of French Survivors, Koh-Lanta, and so I don't know if they have this challenge in American Survivors or any. It feels more like a... what's it called? The one with Joe Rogan, the old one, X Factor challenge to me. So I don't know if it was in Survivors, but like one of the challenges is that they have to eat as fast as possible a bunch of gross shit. And this gross shit sometimes is less gross than other times. Okay, biggest maggot that's like enormous, like literally bigger than my fingers or anything like that, they have to rip out its head and eat it raw while it is still wriggling in the freaking container. So that shit is already like disgusting as fuck. Repugnant. And they're like, yeah, this is the entree. This is not the plat de résistance. This is the thing you eat first to kind of like get you prepared for what's next. Because usually along with the maggot, you have like a grilled spider or a grilled scorpion, which is not gross whatsoever to me. Like, honestly, kind of looks tasty to me, at least. Especially since it's grilled. It's grilled, one. Two, it's not juicy. At least it doesn't look too juicy, which is what makes a lot of things gross. It's like, but like, it's, yeah, the fact that it's not alive, you know? It's grilled dead, obviously. You don't survive grilling. While the other thing is fucking wriggling still. It grosses me the fuck out. Anyways, Then they move on to the second round, and usually it's like gods. Just they got an animal, and the shit that people didn't want to eat, they just eat it raw, which is gross as fuck. The worst thing, though, usually, I mean, I don't remember everything that they eat. I'm not gonna lie. I usually do not watch that challenge. I'm usually on that phone, on my phone, sorry, when they're eating it. But the worst of the worst, well, at least what they display at the worst of the worst, is like a big ass fish eye, but like bigger than your fist, with the lens still in, which is hard as fuck. You have to bite through it. It's not like a glass lens, but it's like almost like cartilage. You have to pop it, which is fucking repugnant. And I mean, just overall disgusting. It's so big as well, and it's raw, obviously. The other thing that's cooked, and it's probably why I don't find it disgusting at all, is the fucking spider or scorpion, depending on the year. And I'm like, yeah, that's not even a challenge for. I mean, it's recorded in the Philippines, and for Filipino people, well, some of them, it ain't even a challenge. But like, you give a raw living maggot to a Filipino, obviously they're gonna fucking recoil. So there's kind of a mismatch in terms of the difficulty, in my opinion. But you know, we're not Filipino. We're French, and we don't eat bugs usually, so it can be disgusting. And every year there's, I feel like, I mean, I'm not sure, I don't quote me on this, but I feel like the more I watch the show, the more people just outright refuse to participate in this. They don't say like, I disqualify myself or whatever, but they just look at it and just don't eat it, or just like nibble at it, barely trying, or just eat the spider for the protein and stuff like that, because it's not that disgusting. But a lot of people kind of just refuse to do anything with that, which if I'm never going to do it, but if I ever did, that would be me, because usually it's not even for immunity. If you're familiar with the rules of survivors, it's for fucking, like, I don't know what you call it in English, but it's not for immunity, so why would you even fucking put yourself through that? In my opinion, it's, I mean, it's a meal, I guess. Also, I mean, maybe I would sing a different tune if I hadn't eaten almost anything in maybe like 20 days. Who knows? Not me, because I eat a lot. Yeah. What put me on that train of thought, really, is a question that ought to be asked. Yeah, leeches in Mewgenics. So I reached the cave after a simple enough fight against Boris. Always scary, but like not the scariest. And maybe that's why I die against him a lot, because I'm not scared enough and I just play recklessly. But you know, also I picked that ranger spell, bouncy arrows or whatever, on accident. I thought it was the spell that you send an arrow that bounces on nearby enemies, so multi-shot. I don't know what it's called, but whatever. And I was like, damn, I don't remember this really good spell being only 3 mana, and obviously I was wrong. And it's also one of the reasons my ranger passive about the, you know, doing a lot of kills didn't play too much this run, because I messed up. This Wrath of God spell is a favorite of mine, especially when it's upgraded, which I will upgrade it after this fight or the next, I don't remember. I love it, especially once you don't need to worry about who you're gonna hit. That's nice, even though it's even when it's not upgraded, I do wonder if it's really that useful to upgrade it, because if you stay in a group, and staying in a group is never a good idea, because you get hit by AoE and stuff like that. But if you manage to unfortunately end up in a group, or maybe you regroup and your cleric is just at the right time, in the right place at the right time. I mean, obviously when it's upgraded, you don't even have to worry about that, which is great. But yeah, really nice spell. I mean, I don't know if it's really technically meta in terms of spell, because it's not that powerful at the end of the day, but I do love it. In the way it works, in its philosophy, in its design philosophy, it feels novel. So I like it. But this fight really didn't need it, because it was a simple fight. These camouflaging idiots are very easy to kill. Once you realize that you have to preemptively hit every single element of the decor, you're not really surprised about them. And sure, they can be a handful when there's a lot of them, but you know, you get on with it. You learn, you live and you learn, and it's not that difficult. This event was kind of useless, because I would have been very welcomed had I not been that good at this run, but you know, I was fucking cracked, so I didn't need it too much. Slime, this time I didn't lose against the slime. I was very well, I never lost against the slime on this channel, but I had a run that where two of my characters lost against the slime, and it was sad. But this time I was very, very how do you say? I don't remember the word. Whatever. Precautious. Cautious. I was just cautious. I'm not precautious. That's the French word. Précautionneux. I was very cautious, and I didn't die, and I was able to you know, slowly but surely. You know, one of the dangers with the slime is destroying, because there's three stages. This big one, there's 4 medium ones, and then each 4 medium ones splits into 4 little ones. And if you spawn all the little ones very quickly, which is quite easy, they can easily overrun you. And that's not what I did. You'll see later, I do use that bouncy arrow spell very wisely, if I can say so myself. In that I when the big slime splits, I use it to you know, put them each in different areas of the map, so that each character can deal safely with 4 little slimes, which is not that much to deal with, you know what I mean? It's when there's 32 of them. Hang on, 1, and then there's 4, and then it's 4 by 4. Yeah, 16 of them. Yeah, 16 of them. It becomes quite difficult, especially when you need to move, and one of your characters is low on HP, they can't retreat and stuff like that. So this is when I do the crazy smart thing. I mean, it's not that crazy smart, but it's not stupid. And I at first I did it just randomly, but then I just realized it was a good idea. Then here I just fumbled, because obviously the 25% missed chance, because of the 50% critical hit, you know, paid off. But you know, you live and you learn. I mean, no, that's not the correct thing to say here, I don't think, but whatever. So yeah, this fight ended up not being too difficult. Oh, there's only 3 slimes? Maybe they don't have enough room. Oh my goodness. I hope this does not mess the recording up, but my computer went into sleep mode because I hadn't been touching it, just watching the video and recording. The overlay, the background commentary, but no. So in this part of the run, I stopped listening to what I the 3 albums I have introduced earlier, because I mean they were all done and I kind of wanted to listen to something else, and so I just put on some black dresses. I love their album titled Forget Your Own Face. It's one of the more recent ones, the one before Angelfish. Gigglefish? I don't remember. Chucklefish. The one before Chucklefish. And Forget Your Own Face. It's quite short, but I love it. A lot of really, really good songs off it. And then I listened to Forget to Your Own Face. No, Forget Your Own Face is the one I was just saying. I listened to Forever in Your Heart, because it's one of my favorites. If not my favorite from these 2. So yes, that's what I was listening to at this point. Though I did not finish Forever in Your Heart, because the run is soon to end. In approximately 17 minutes the run was over, and obviously this is a pretty long album as opposed to Forget Your Own Face, which is quite short. Yeah, Forever in Your Heart is not that long, actually. It's 48 minutes, but it's much longer than the other one I was talking about, Forget Your Own Face, which is only Laughing Fish, not Chucklefish. Chucklefish is the video game company. Forget Your Own Face is 20 minutes long, and 20 minutes is really short. I also listened to the newest Dorian Electra album yesterday, because I hadn't listened to it, and I enjoy Dorian's music quite a lot. All the way back, it's only a few years old, but when I listened to Flamboyant, nice album, very short as well, that's why I'm mentioning it. 30 minutes. It felt shorter, I'm not gonna lie, probably because it was good. I guess it's a cover album, and that's how they introduced it, and that's technically what it is. But if you're expecting just Dorian's voice over the original tracks, or very close recreations of the tracks, fucking forget it. Obviously it's Dorian Electra, obviously, but I hadn't really listened to it because of that, because I heard cover album and I was like, that's boring. I'm gonna listen to a fucking cover album of songs that I really don't care about, to be honest. A lot of the songs I don't know, first of all, and the ones that I do know, I do not care too much for. Mr. Tambourine Man, I mean, fucking, what year is this? Obviously, I don't mean that anymore. Obviously, I listened to it and it's really nice. They basically recreated the entire song from the bottom up. It's more like a remix, but not a remix technically, because they created everything, and it's a cover because... Sorry. It's very, very nice. You should listen to it, because even if you basically don't know the original songs, or like me didn't care for them, like Mr. Tambourine Man, I didn't care. Hips Don't Lie. I mean, Hips Don't Lie is kind of a classic, but it's not. I wouldn't listen to that shit all the time. But yeah, really nice album to listen to if you haven't already and you enjoy Dorian's past work. So, oh my goodness, I started one on accident. Also, the music video for Feel Good Incorporation Inc. Feel Good Inc. Is very funny. They wear the Che Guevara shirt from Zara, probably bought on sale. So yeah, that's all I have to say about music, I think, for this one, because other than that, I don't think I've listened to much. aside from the same 7 Violet Penny albums on loop. Which, if you're not familiar, do go listen to them. But to them, these albums, I mean, you can also listen to other albums from her, but they're not. I enjoy the last 7. I think are the ones that I really like. Let me look it up. I consider the Gonarch Slayer mixtape like an album in this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, the last 8 albums. Yeah, I guess Gonarch Slayer did come out recently, relatively. But yeah, maybe the other ones are also nice. I haven't yet listened to them. So if you want to listen to some nice music, I recommend you listen to, and I'm gonna list them from oldest to newest: Mewgenics and the Things That Bind Us, Can Opener's Notebook, Golden Fish Whisperer. This one I rediscovered quite recently. This is actually the first Violet Penny album I listened to, but I listened to it and I was like, yeah, I like this artist, and I started listening to her other songs, and I just never went back to this one because I believed at the time that they were better than Can Opener's Notebook, but honestly, going back to it now, it's a banger. I love it. It's not a banger, but it's definitely a great freaking album. I mean, when I say not a banger, it's not like a party music, it's more of a concept album with a lot of story and stuff. Some bangers of it, but definitely a full album listen, in my opinion. Very, very nice album. Then there's the really true first album that I really enjoyed, because it's the first one that came out after I got into her, was Carousel, an examination of the shadow Krieg flow in its life. An afterthought, really nice album all the same. I remember particularly listening to this one on the bus to university in my first few years of university, which was very nice. Awesome album, once again. Really just one of those albums you listen to in one go, even though it's like an hour long. I think you really gotta listen to it all the way through. Okay, this one I kind of ignored when it came out because I was into other music at the time, but I was the loner of Paradise Valley. Listened to it for the first time in a very long time a few days ago. Really nice, a bit bittersweet, to be honest, in its themes at least, kind of sad, so I don't recommend listening to it if you want something that's awesome. I mean, all of her music is kind of like, can be sad, or at least hopeful and stuff like that, emotional. So if you want just party music, that's not really the album for it. Really nice though. Not my favorite, but really nice. Then there's Girls Who Are Wizards, which this one is a banger in terms of it's pure unadulterated dubstep, pony step. So I recommend you listen to that because it's fun. It's really just pure fun. Love the themes of it as well, because in terms of like kind of being an adventurer, D&D, wizard or whatever, and mixed with dubstep, not something you see too much of, in my opinion, and love it. Love the effects. Krieg Flow I didn't really listen to because it was very short and I was like, whatever. I wanted something to sink my teeth into, which was exactly Monarch of Monsters, which is probably my favorite number one Violet Penny album of all her more recent work, and probably one of my favorite album of all time. Really nice, really, really, really nice. Kind of a departure from, very, very different from Girls Who Are Wizards. Like nothing comparable in terms of music, sonically at least. Really nice, really, really good album. I love it. And then there's Engen, also one hell of a banger, Love and Pony Step. I mean, this one, my goodness. What can I say about this one? That's not like pure, just I love it. You know, trying to think of something a bit more that would make you want to listen to it. That's just not. I mean, I love it. Okay. I don't want to say it's one of her best albums, because I've been saying that for every single one of those, so it doesn't mean anything by now, but really, 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 really good. And then obviously there's Gonarch Slayer, the most recent one, which is also very fun, but I'm kind of, I've listened to it like legit 100 times when it came out, so I'm kind of over it right now. I did listen to it today, but it's just that good. It's very fun. It is it is on the fun side rather than the deep side of her discography. Is that a word? But I do recommend it anyways if you want something to listen to that's not like just sad or emotional, where you have to put a lot of emotional labor into it, where you just want some good music, you know what I mean? This is one of the best to put on. I also like putting antonyms for this reason, even though antonyms, it has highs and lows in terms of emotional labor needed, though overall, in my opinion, I mean, okay, for me it's a comfort album. When I feel bad, I listen to antonyms, so maybe that's not my opinion is a bit skewed. To be honest, it's probably the one I've listened to the most, even, because I listen to it when I feel sad, or when I want to feel better or feel good at all. It's a nice song, so go listen to Violet Pony as well. This kind of turned into a music recommendation video, which I don't mind at all. I love even talking about music. I like listening to it more though. If I had to choose, never talk about music again or never listen to music again, I would obviously choose never talk about music again, because I don't really care. I mean, I like it, but yeah, if you choose never to listen to music again, what are you even gonna do? I guess. What are you gonna talk about? I guess, which that's kind of stupid, hypothetical. But I don't make the rules, I just follow them. It's not like I made up this hypothetical right now. Okay. It's almost over. As you can see, I am beating the shit out of this giant spider. Call me Samwise Gamgee, the way I fucking destroyed this spider. Call me who kills the spider in Harry Potter? Fucking Voldemort? A bad guy, because in Harry Potter, the spider is a good guy, right? It's scary, obviously, but he's a good guy anyways. Or neutral, at least. Well, it's friends with Hagrid, and Hagrid is a good guy. So yeah, I think it's the bad guys that kill the spider. So don't call me that. Call me Samwise, okay? I don't mind being Sam. He's a good guy. Yeah. I don't think he kills the spider though. Or maybe he does, I don't know. I haven't read the books up to that point yet. Yeah, I've only read the first book of the Lord of the Rings, and I don't really care for the movies that much, so I don't have that good of a memory of them. I need to get on with it though, with the book, I mean. Sorry, I know I could cut this out, but to be honest, I'm kind of enjoying watching myself play this game. Also, a bit of a late time to say it, but did you notice the new character I put? Well, it's not the new character, it's just the same character, but I put cat ears on it. Well, it's me technically, yes. I put cat ears when I play Mewgenics now, guys, look. Yeah, this is awesome, right? Kind of look dapper as fuck. Dapper is not the word at all. Cute is the word. Yeah, I was kind of afraid it would be hard because I didn't save the project file for it. And I was like, am I gonna be able to just make it work anyways? And I was able to, so that's why they're not that animated compared to the rest. Like they don't try and change shape, they just move, because I didn't want to go through the whole process of animating all over again without using any layers. That would be annoying. But anyway, this is gonna be it for this video because this fight is coming to an end. I'll let you enjoy the end of the fight without my voice. I mean, a few minutes, even maybe 1 minute. I also need to render this video so it can come out today. And I'll see you on Monday with a new video, a new devlog, and a new Mewgenics. As always, that's gonna be it for the week. And I take the weekend off. I'm thinking I might want to start a new series on the channel soon where I play Baldur's Gate 3 Honor mode, which is something that I already did, but they've introduced a lot to the game since I've done it because I was among the first players ever to do it. So I might start a new Let's Play on the channel. Anyways, see you sometimes. Bye! Next week, actually, on Monday. I know when I'll see you. Bye.